He just gave the children, I mean, anyhow, kids, did he ever give you any peppermint?
I don't remember
Probably
that.
just gave it to the girls.
Let me ask you a girl thing. Do you remember styles changing? Or when, do you remember anything that particularly about clothing that was fun or?
Well, I remember when the Gibson girls, when they, they wore the full skirts with the, what do you call it, stuff under it? Crinolines.
Crinoline.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the,
Well, you wore those in high school, didn't you?
yeah, and everybody had to have saddle Oxfords and
Saddle Oxfords.
Gibson girl blouses.
That was the big sleeve.
But
How about your hair? Hairdos, did they change much? You remember?
well, I wore pigtails till I was 12 or 13 years old, and then I had short hair, and you had to roll it every night, or get a permanent, that kind of stuff.
What kind of rollers did you use? Do you remember?
Oh, you did it in little pin curls.
Pin curls.
Bobby pins.
Yeah, bobby pins.
Yeah, the pin curls. Well, and then later on, those
Metal clips.
those with fuzzy little things. But we had Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, very active Girl Scouts. And the Girl Scouts, we learned how to be a young lady, and they have the tea and teach us how to, manners and that kind of stuff.
What did they teach you in Boy Scouts?
Not that. We were meeting in the scout hut over there behind Bagler's house, and we would, do some of our badges preparation and studying and stuff like that. And then we'd go out there in the street, on Main Street, and the little street light up there would make a shadow of the telephone wire that went right through the middle, so there was a line on the pavement there.
Yeah.
And we'd play Snatch the Bacon there for about 30 minutes before we went home. So that was a big deal.
Well, how was that game?
Huh?
How did that game work?
Well, you put the handkerchief right there on that line, and you tried to snatch it, before somebody on that side got it and everything. So
That's the thing.
that's what we were doing. So it was good.
Let me bring a story of Boy Scouts. Years ago, we didn't have the best scout leader we needed by no means. And they took us down to what they call Camp Thunder. That camp's still down there now. I was probably 13, 14 years old, maybe something like that, probably 15. Anyway, they took us down, Merrill Harris was the oldest one in the crowd. And they took us down and left us for 2 or 3 days. 2 days, 3 days probably. Nobody told us what to carry, what to take, eat, and so forth. We got down there with our eggs. We took our eggs with us. We got down there, we had no grease at all. You ever try to put eggs in a frying pan, scrape them back down? We had to. On top of that, they give us a dribble. You know what a dribble is? You know what a dribble is?
Yeah.
It's got a bar here. Iron rods goes down. You got a spur on the side which you put your foot on. You take a dribble and you push it in the ground. Work it back and forth like that, drop that pine seedling at the ground, pine seedling in the ground. Put it behind and push the dirt back to the pine seed. We set up pines all day.
Did you do that, Crook?
They did. You did that?
Yes.
Well, I found out that they didn't have enough dribbles. So Bagler and I hung back a little way. We didn't plant a tree. Hut or cabin there, just sit around all day long. But finishing that story, somebody brought us back to Newland, and I don't know how that happened, but we got back to Newland, and there we were stuck.
That was a different crowd now, I wasn't with this crowd.
But Merrill Harris was with us at that time too, and Merrill and us were up there in Newland, and no way to get home. Well, we had 25 or 30 cents in our pocket or whatever. We pulled up enough money to when the bus came by, we bought Merrill a ticket on the bus to go tell our parents to come get us. We walked all the way to Senoia just about, but we did thumb a ride, and get on in the snow. But Merrill never did do his job on getting us. when Catherine and I were married. No, we didn't have a car, you know, and
I remember when Daddy got his first car.
Okay. You
I don't remember the date, but I was in, when was it? I was in high school, wasn't I?
Really?
How was it, right?
Yeah, it was, and he used it as the police car, but it was his personal car.
How did you get around before then? How did you?
Well, okay.
Walking College.
That's the reason they call
They
it
called,
walk.
that's why they called him Walking
But your whole
George.
family, everybody, you walk to church,
Yeah,
you walk everywhere.
I mean,
On that far.
you know, that far from church here in Senoia, I mean, we went to the Methodist church and,
Some people today would think you were.
yeah, but yeah, everybody's got a golf cart and all that. We walked everywhere. Well, I did have a bicycle,
So what role did the church play in?
big,
big road,
big road.
big road. We would BTU on one Sunday night, MYF the next Sunday night, you know, and church was the same way. We went to church on, you know, for Baptist and Methodist, whichever.
First and third to the Methodist and second and fourth to the Baptist
Yeah.
or something like that, but we went to both churches.
Churches.
Yeah.
So your youth group was up,
Yeah,
was
it
everybody
was
in
the
town?
same youth group at both churches. All six of us.
You didn't dance, so
No.
what did you do?
Well, the Methodist church, what did they call it? It was dancing, but they called it some game. What is it?
Both dancing.
No, it was, I can't remember the date, but it was games, but it was really dancing. But we did have dances,
Yeah, we Methodists always loved to dance.
Yeah.
but the Girl
And the dance didn't
Scouts,
know what to dance.
the Girl Scouts used to have dances up at City Hall.
Yeah.
They used to have square dances in the city uptown. The old city hall was a bicycle shop, I believe that now.
Yeah.
We had a city hall. You put cornmeal down on the floor, square dance there. And then the Bagley building up the street, the museum up the street,
Yeah.
had big square dances there
Yeah.
also.
This would be grown-ups and kids and everybody.
No, it
No,
was just
this is
us,
just the
well,
young-
This went
grown-ups.
back, this
It was
went
like
back,
high
getting back
school.
grown up.
High
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 school.
school, about 19, some of us on about
Yeah.
then. We had square dances up on that building there also.
Well, they had some dances out there in the middle of the street between Hudson Hardware and the buildings across the
That's when they had
street.
street dances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Street dances.
What kind of music do you have?
Square dance music.
Record, you have, you know,
Oh,
somebody
we had
kick
a
in?
record player.
You had a record player?
Jake
I don't
Harwell.
What?
Jake Harwell.
Jake Harwell.
Do you remember Jake Harwell
I remember
playing
Jake.
the guitar?
Oh,
They
yeah.
played the electric steel
You
guitar.
guys got
Yeah.
Jake mentioned in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, y'all heard a story about Doc Tinsley? How many of y'all heard about Doc C.S. Cleveland, one-arm Cleveland, depoys? How many of you heard that story?
I've heard.
Saying you don't want to hear it, okay.
Is it okay for him to tell it?
Yeah.
Okay, you had this guy.
You'll find out how clever each one was.
Okay.
You had, Doc Tinsley had he had a grease worker type guy, but he was a brain for us mechanical stuff went. And he old greasy time most of the time, and we had a place out on Dollar Dixon Road where he lived. And Doc came into town one day, and C.S. Cleveland was your depot agent at the bottom of the hill, right at the bottom of the hill, where the Main Street ends at the bottom of the hill, where all the gazebo is now.
Yep.
That was the depot agent, the depot was there then. Cleveland was a one-armed man. He could type all like I would get out of that one-arm. He could type. He was also a telegraphy operator with depot. Sent messages on the key, I call it. Anyway, Doc came in town one day and stopped by somehow. Doc, he saw the ring he had on his finger, diamond ring, and said, "Set Cleveland on fire." So I said, "Nice like a ring you got, Cleveland, Doc." Said, yeah, I got that about so and so. That's a pretty nice ring. I think so too. He said, "Well, you want to sell it?" He said, "Well, for so much I have enough money, I'll sell it." So Cleveland bought the ring off him that day. Well, Cleveland proud of his ring. He goes up in Indiana, Georgia to a jewelry store up there to get it appraised. It was damn zircon. So Cleveland, he didn't say nothing to nobody about that. He kept it quiet as a mouse. So one day Doc was coming down, hit the right. One day he saw Doc coming. He flagged Doc down. And he got him stopped. Cleveland told Doc, said, Doc, I got something I want to get rid of. I ain't got no use for it no more. I got something I want to sell you. I said, what's that, Cleveland? I got a mule over there, my barn over there, I want to sell you. Said, I ain't got no use for it no more. So they agreed upon the price. So Doc sent William, his son, over to get the mule that was dead in the barn.
Tell them about Doc Tinsley's car with the
Propeller on it?
propeller on it.
Okay, but he had a Franklin engine, this air-cooled engine, Franklin engine. He put a propeller on the back of it. Set on an 8-mile frame. You had a box up front you set in, and you set in and drove it right behind the box. The box up there, you steering wheel in, but the motor on the back behind you blowing to turn the propeller. Well, you know, it puts right on the jail shut if you go up the street now driving something like that. So he came to town one day with that propeller blowing the hell out of the dirt everywhere. And this gentleman Sims had a millionaire shop uptown there. She's an old maid, 3 old maids lived together right there behind my store there. She's an old maid of Simmons. Miss Jimmy stuck her head out the door to see what's going on. All at once, her wig blew off. And nobody in town used to wear a wig. That was the talk of the town. Miss Jimmy had lost her wig.
Okay,
And wasn't that the same time that he was going down the street and the bank door was open and they were counting money and money was just flying everywhere?
Oh my God.
I don't know about that.
That brings me to the thought about how the bank, one bank, they had 3 banks in Senoia. The First National, they had the Red Wine, they had the Foreign Merchants. The other 2 went, during the Depression of 31, the other 2 went under. The only thing that saved Foreign Merchants was the fact that somebody got smart enough, they took a bushel basket and filled $1 bills. Everybody's taking the money out of the bank. Everybody withdrawing the money out. They took a bushel basket, put a whole bunch of $1, probably put something fake in the bottom, and put $1 bill, a whole bunch of $1 bill where you can see them, popped it up where you can look through the window and see all the $1 bills. Well, people didn't realize that was what the $1 bills is, because they saw that money in the basket. That afternoon, the next day, they started bringing the money and putting it back in the bank. That's what saved Foreign Merchants Bank. Yeah. Well, Miss Hattie was a renowned cashier.
Yes.
Miss Hattie attended everybody's business. Everybody's business.
She ran the bank, you know, Bob Walker was just sitting there, but Miss Hattie ran the bank.
Who is this? Tell
Miss
us.
Hattie Watley.
Miss
Miss
Hattie
Hattie
Shelley.
she was the,
Well,
you know,
she was
the
had a shell.
whole thing for the bank. Mr. Bob Walker was just the president, but Miss Hattie did everything else.
But, and Miss, also Miss Hattie went to Senoia Methodist Church, and she was my Sunday school teacher. You remember her teaching Sunday school?
Yeah, it was Senoia Methodist Church. One Sunday I wrote a check. I put on that sometime to the church. I put on there for the latest carving, just for the hell of it, on the check for the latest carving. Well, Miss Hattie saw that check at the bank next week. The next Sunday she's going to ask what my wife, what it is, write a check for late. What kind of carving they had an operation. What some kind of operation. I was just picking at Miss Hattie. If she knows enough, she won't ask. You know what I mean? And she did. She bit my plug. She was something.
Oh, I know we could be here for a long time. I could. Does anyone have a burning question, something we haven't touched on at all that you'd like?
I want him to tell about the guy, I can't think of his name. You were talking about basketball players. He could bounce that basketball up and down those steps, and he got in the Hall of Fame.
Wallace Adcock.
Wallace Adcock.
Tremendous guy.
And he went to Auburn, Alabama.
He coached on
They went
that big
out.
time.
He was my boyfriend, and he was my boyfriend.
But he was one of the greatest basketball players anywhere.
Well, I was smoking cigarettes when he was about 12, 13, 14 years old, something like that. My daddy got on his case of royal, big time, and broke him up for smoking cigarettes. And he always remembered coming back and thank my daddy for it, by doing that. But he became renowned as a basketball coach in Alabama. Now you asked me about the goat man.
Yes.
You asked me about it. There's a picture of him. That's a card and everything. He passed it around to everybody.
Oh,
That's a
I
goat
want to see
man.
that. It would come
I
to
want to
us.
see that. Pass it around this way, and pass it around the back.
Okay. Hewlett Hunt. Greg Masonic tell me to go.
Okay.
He said Hewlett Hunt was a black man here in town that fixed the water, busted water pipes, and He also was a garbage man, went around picking up garbage. Well, I said, this guy teaches a Sunday school class. I went to Methodist church every Sunday. I said, what kind of liquor does he make you? He told me what kind of bottle he picked up at his house. I knew everybody's bottle in town. I think I could tell me whoever drank what well. So that was a good thing to know in case you get too smart with you sometime, you know how to calm them down right quick.
Y'all did you know where the bootlegger was?
Yes,
Everybody knew where the bootlegger was.
yes.
Well, we had a bootleg in town too, I'll tell you about him. His name was Thomas McKnight.
Yeah.
He's different, he's not Southern McKnight, y'all know. Anyway, he lived on a railroad track down on Clark Street there, one of the section houses there, in the St. Boston's house there. But in fact, he moved up there right next to,
On 16.
on 16, right next to Bobby Hatch's place. And Tam was doing all right, as long as you're paying Jay's Potts. Jay's Potts was Lamar Potts' cousin. He was a satchel man. He went around collecting the payoffs.
Lamar Potts was the sheriff.
When you supposed to think he'd pay him off, you didn't have to worry about it, he'd call. Meanwhile, a lot of people didn't notice famous Lamar Potts, who murdered with Callie County written about, who called George Wallace, put him in jail and all that. Lamar Potts was bootlegging too. You wouldn't realize. He came out with a load of liquor one time out of Steel down there, and the state boys pulled him over. And of course, being a sheriff, he said he told me he confiscated that liquor. I got a guy right now who can tell you exactly who's making it for him and everything. I know a guy right now who can tell you the whole story. But anyway, he had $2 on Grange College. And you on a sheriff's area back then, you couldn't keep $2 at the private college of Grange on it. So he making money on the side, just like me and my daddy was doing. We were selling sugar and shorts, great shorts. What do you do with sugar and great shorts? Anyway, sugar and great shorts make a living. This the guy we sell it to.
Sugar and what?
Gray shorts. We call them gray shorts. It's a brand off of wheat when you make flour. It's a brand off that kernel, that wheat kernel.
Oh, everybody get that?
The brand comes off some place. It's really like syrup, something like syrup. It's called wheat brand. Anyways, the guy got caught. Making liquor and he sold gray shorts sugar. He owed my daddy for it. So he sent his wife down to tell my daddy where the liquor was hid up at Sharpsburg and where to go get it. We had a black man named John Evans working for us. They sent John Evans up there to get the liquor brought back to Senoia, and John Evans lived in a house right across the store there, right across the road my store is now. John Evans' mayor sold about a glass and paid my daddy the money owed. Both of them made money off the deal. Here we go, a long time ago.
This picture is going around, if anybody doesn't know what it is.
This guy,
Goat Man.
this Goat Man's last name was McCartney. Now I talked to a lady today in my store, she saw that picture in the store today. In Macon, Georgia, her mother might have been a nurse. Anyway, she gave him a blood transfusion. And I found out today from a lady customer of mine. It'll be in McCartney. He traveled around. He lived down in South Georgia somewhere. He traveled around over just traveled around with that trailer. The goats pulling that trailer. He built the goats and he filled them. He just lived on the trailer.
He spent the night over there close to home.
He spent the night right there close to the store there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Let me ask y'all just a minute. Maureen, now, we have a film, right?
We do have a film.
We have a film here
Of the Goat Man.
of the Goat Man and a history, which we were blessed to see one evening. And it's really quite fascinating.
He has a Facebook page too, that's pretty interesting. A lot of memories.
I remember as a kid, we used to get out of school to go see the Goat Man.
Yeah.
He did on the new paper. The goat man's here.
I know, and those goats stunk so bad.
It smelled so bad around him.
It did.
But you know one thing I remember about the Goat Man? He had his toothbrush in his shirt pocket.
This is a colored picture, so what year would this have been?
50s and 60s.
Color picture.
He doesn't know.
Might have been later than that.
Yeah, he was still around when this happened.
Oh, he didn't die till the night.
It was
All right, y'all, I want you to talk among yourselves and talk to these people, and unless it's, yes.
We went to see a classmate, Sadie Lindsay.
Sadie Scott.
Sadie Scott Lindsay. And she said there was always devilment at this Brantley Institute, especially between her and Jim Arnold. She said she talked too much and she got in trouble